So this is my book, Blue Mountain Mist. It is number 48 out of 70. That's one journal, 48 out of 70. It's my painting. I have quite a bit, but they're not normal paintings. It was done when I was very, very ill and I was injected. Today, I don't have the original manuscript. Almost like it's been modified and like it's almost like childlike. I don't have the time or energy to redo the manual, so we're asking for Balboa Press that probably shipped it via BLJC to the Philippines to hand it back to me. Because I'm going to give you one example. There's a poem in here that has to do with berries. You know, like blackberry, blueberry, greenberry. We're going to talk about that poem. First of all, it's very important to me because it has to do with my residence in Quebec when I was doing work on Iraq. Parce que je suis Québécois. So, when we think of this poem of the berries, it's because I lived on a street called SALLABERRY in 2003 when I was doing work on Iraq. And this is what I mean, why the book should be given back, because every single poem is custom to me and it's the visuals of C3 or the Devil's Tongue. So, let's talk about that. First of all, it has to do with the Americans. Now, why is the book so heavily influenced with the Americans? Because when you deal with Iraq, you were dealing with the Americans. I'm a Canadian, not an American, a Canadian, very, very faithful to my country, and I could speak French. That's the evidence, but it's not French, it's Quebecois French. It's very custom to France, or France's colony, former colony. So, when we think of the SALLABERRY, it's a street. Sala means Sala. It means like do it quick. Do it quick. What was I doing quick when I was writing Blue? It's because everybody knows we had a massive conflict and these journals will help humanity. So it doesn't benefit you. But every book in a publisher, given to a publisher, is stolen, and it's given to people who do labor work or stuff like that. Like they chop it up. Don't chop up the Sun collection. The Sun collection is designed to transform the globe. Now, if you notice, I look 10 shades darker. I also look different, and people might not recognize me, but I'm pure Turkun. You know, a Shay, Turk. Because the face has been altered 625 times, illegally, in-house. So they come in, alter the face, because that's how advanced they are plastic surgery-wise, the top guys. So, when we think of the berry poem now, it's a combo. Not only does it merge my Iraq work, because I'm writing quick, so I think of SALLABERRY. But berry, to get the berry thing, it's two things. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You gotta be a black person to do that. I'm a Turkish national, but I'm raised by the blacks. That's a black proverb. So you won't get that unless you're actually black, or you know. What else about berry? Berry is different colors. They're life. I represent life. But there's, you know, between the original manuscript being taken away and given me a child's book, it's very offensive to me. The book doesn't benefit you. I don't have the life to do these journals again. And even today, like I went to the gym, but my version of the gym, because of my death incident, is 5 minutes of stretching and 55 minutes of sauna. And even that is overwhelming because as I went to the gym, the first day I had tears in my eyes because I couldn't do the gym. So my stomach is swollen galore. Like it doesn't show right now, but it is. they have to pump gas in it to keep it big, so the insides don't turn gangrene because of the wound. So we are asking Balboa Press and the Indian community and people who are benefiting to hand it back to us. We are year almost 16 now. We're still in combat. The combat is the enormous amount of fraud that you're setting up for future, because you're not equipped to manage people. And that's why these books and journals have been done. So this is one journal, and I talked about one poem. Now, isn't that interesting? You know, I didn't want a red berry, a gooseberry, a blackberry. Blackberry is also a Canadian product. It used to be my BlackBerry phone. So all of these poems are custom, but they walk around today posing. And these are the fags of Lucifer. So not only did you harm women, you harmed an entire Canada and the United States over the devil's tongue, something I saw in 2003. It's legally owned to me. That's another thing. Today, I don't even have a car or a mattress proper, because $2 was thrown by the publisher to me, and they do this all the time. Now, nobody's probably interested in blue because they're fighting for their lives in Canada and the United States. But it changes the globe for better. So it's one woman, Tiny David, fighting Goliath. I'm actually a resistance, because like you coming in, changing my skin color to match brown is a big honor, because, you know, I guess you making me one of them so I can get some money. Possibly that's the psychology. I don't know why you're making me brown. Or changing my face so many times and getting the entire area injured because we're women. The area has women, and the women are right away noticeable in Canada. It's noticeable because you can see the harm on them. So we have, let's say, X amount of women, and they all have been harmed. So do support this book by helping us put pressure and subscribing to the channel. It doesn't benefit you to redesign it. The Germans do that all the time. They give the money to the suffering fags. But women suffer 10 times more now. These guys go to Bora Bora all over the place. Women suffer horrendously now. And that's my fault. So we're trying to correct it. But not my fault because I did it on purpose. It's because they utilize the brain to harm women. So do support this by supporting the channel. Do support it because we want to do the interactive to this. You see how I explained it to you? One poem. Well, there's almost 300 poems in the original version. It merges C3, the visuals, plus the devil's tongue, plus events in my head, right? That I lived on SALLABERRY, or it was a BlackBerry. And we're trying to do it like a million speed of light, and it's a mentally ill person back then. I'm still off. Today was a good day. I'm still off, and it's not because I'm off, it's because at a particular time they didn't believe the story, so they injected to make me yap, 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 yap. And I can't stop yapping, so please forgive me. But I do go by Prophet Hanna, and I was conceived in Ararat, and the story is mind-boggling. So really, really do support it. You'll see my mental illness paintings. They're very unprofessional, but it is what it is. It's part of an exhibit. The exhibit is not about my paintings or the damages done to me or my family. It's to convert Earth. So don't tell me to change my name. My name is famous with the family of angels. It means star, Ilkin, you are the first. Land. It goes back to my Han dynasty of Chinese people. We are Asiatic natives. If it makes you feel better, you know, my grandfather is Turkic people of India, in Anatolia, brought in as a little boy, and its story is fascinating. You like to play with history, and that's why we're at war with you. We are actually at war with you because I contain the globe's real history. I want to showcase that. Not to offend you, because the past is the past, but how we can capitalize to better humanity. You choose to suffer. And guess what, world? Out of all these things, it fell on the lap of a professional who works in that field. So if you want to believe in God right now, because they took the work material to build AI and manipulate and control humans, to rebuild the churches. You don't have to, it becomes the sun and the wind story. You don't have to harm humans to make them go into churches. You have to just be intelligent. So do subscribe, because that's the only thing that is going to bring me revenue right now. Another entry.